Welcome to H2K Infosys. H2K Infosys is a e-verify business based in Atlanta, Georgia, United States. We provide 100% job-oriented, instructor-led, face-to-face, true live online software training programs. It also includes access to cloud test lab with software tools. We provide live project for you to work on. We also provide assistance with mock interviews, resume preparation and review, and job placement assistance. H2K Infosys is trusted by so many students across the world. H2K Infosys provides world-class services in IT training with real-time project work for corporates and individuals, special IT training for MS students in the United States, software design, development, QA manual and automation, performance testing and maintenance, IT staff augmentation, job placement assistance, and tech support.
Once after that, when you start executing, Junit understands that it was supposed to run with suit.class, and these are the two test case classes that are available, and it will start executing the test methods that are available in each test case. Right click, run as Junit Test. So now you can see that on the top level, all tests was available, and within each test case, here you can see that within all tests, you have two test cases. The first one is a successful one, and the next one is unsuccessful. It is giving some error. The first one, test calculation to test. We call test verify method. Anyway, we are just verifying 20 with 20, so that will return a true value only. Once it has returned a true value, our assert true will match the same, and it will be going to pass the test case. The next one, this we have already verified. So now you can see that at the top level, by using our test suite, I can execute all the test cases, and I can see the result at a single place. Yeah, exactly. We should write. As of now, we are using the JUnit framework, which was embedded within our Eclipse. So you are able to right click and you are able to go ahead with run as Junit Test, and the JUnit framework came up and it has executed, and you are able to see everything. But when we move to dev environment, dev test environment, or QA environment, let us say in case if you want to verify our code by using JUnit framework, then we won't be having Eclipse at that place. So to verify in those environments, JUnit has the capability of supporting by using main method as well. Let me write a class JUnit Test. So as of now, Eclipse is doing the test, and Eclipse is verifying, running the JUnit framework, and it is executing all the test cases or test classes. So currently, I'm supposed to execute in test environment or dev test environment. So that means I won't be having any kind of Eclipse at that level. So JUnit has provided a class Junit Core. This particular class has the capability, Junit Core class has the capability of executing the test cases one by one. In the sense, you can pass any number of test case classes. Once you have created any number of test case classes, let us say you have created 5 test case classes. Once after that, inform to the Junit Core that you have plenty of classes, and Junit Core will execute all the test cases, and it will provide you failure count, failure messages, each failure message, and also the failure method. What is the method, or what is the test method that got failed? So you have the option of getting all this by using manually in the sense by using normal classes. So the startup class is Junit Core, and Junit Core consists of a static method run classes. The run classes method is, as you can see, this is a where arg method. Run classes which accepts a where arg of type class. That means you can pass any number of test classes. Currently, if you go to all tests, you can see that you are passing 2 test classes here. In the same way, if you want to pass to Junit Core, you need to call the run classes method, and you need to pass those methods. You can pass any number of variables, or sorry, any number of parameters. The reason for that is the run classes is a where arg method. So currently ours is calculation test.class, and the next one is calculation to test.class. These are the 2 test cases that we want to verify. Run classes, as you can see, it will return a JUnit result object. Select the correct one, org.junit.runner. So run classes method, once you have specified all the classes, it will load those 2 test cases, and it will execute all the test methods that are available within your test case, and it will store the result. It will store all the results, and it will return back to you as a simple result object. So now if you apply dot operator, you can see what are all the methods that are available. Currently you can see that there is get failure count method available. Just use that one and print how many number of failures are available. Number of failures. Let us see what are all the other methods available. You can see that get run count. So how many number of test methods got executed. You can see the get failures which return a list of failure object. Currently this is a list, so I'm just printing the size. Anyway, at the top level I have already the get failure count, so I'll directly take this as list of failures. See, when we are executing by using our Eclipse, here you can see that one got failed and the second one got errored. So here Eclipse has the capability of displaying them in a window and you are able to see properly. But currently you don't have that capability. Everything you can retrieve as a list. So each and every failure will come in this particular failure object, and you can iterate through the failure object and retrieve the failure message. So write a for each loop. F dot. Here you can see that what is the failure message. f dot get test header, which will provide you what is the test method that got failed. Test method and error message. Now let us execute this as a standalone client. So this will just execute as a normal main method. Addition operation, subtraction operation, both the values are equal. Number of failures 2. Test method, test subtraction, that method got failed, and error message is output value expected 30 but it was 10. Test method, test division, that was also got failed, and here you can see that error message is divide by 0. When we are writing the normal JUnit, here you can see that we got the same messages. Output value expected 30 but was 10, and for division also you can see that divide by 0. So if you want to verify manually, you can write this particular Junit Core class and you can execute as it is. Let us change the code and make it as a successful response. So now you can see that there are no failures at all by executing those two test cases. Currently, we are just doing as a normal standalone application and we are verifying all the methods. Let us say, currently you are able to pass those methods, pass the values like 30 and 20 as a static data and it is working fine. Let us say you have written some JDBC code. You have written some JDBC code and you want the connection object to be passed to your method. So that means you have a method in your calculation, you have a method public void set emp which will take a connection object. So let us assume that inside you are performing the operation, the employee operation, or let us say this is get employee, which will return the employee ID. As of now, just assume that. So here you are going to write all the database code and you are going to use the connection object, whatever that was available, and you are going to hit the database and retrieve some information. So that means to verify this particular method, you need to have a connection object available. So for your test method now, the connection object needs to be available. That means we need to create a connection object. To create a connection object, let us say we can easily create a connection object because we have the standalone JDBC code, and you can easily create by passing the class.forName, and then you are going to use your driver manager and call the get connection method. And finally, you are going to perform connection.close. As of now, you have only one method, that is fine. But let us say you have set employee, get employee, retrieve address details, set address details, delete employee, delete address details. You have all the CRUD operations available. That means you need to create the connection object at each and every time, and you need to close the connection object for each method. Normally, we have the listener class available to load all the driver manager properties, or to load our driver class. We don't want to perform the driver loading for each and every time. We just need to load for only once. And the property setting for driver manager, like what is the URL, name, password, those are all static data. We don't need to perform for each and every request. In the same way, we don't need to do for each and every request, each and every test method, loading of those properties. Instead of that, JUnit has the capability of executing a method just before the execution of test method, after execution of test method. You just need to annotate with @before and @after. So whenever you have annotated any method with @before and @after, JUnit will call @before method first, and then your test method, and then it will call @after method. So your test method will be wrapped by the @before annotated method and @after annotate method. This will be called for each and every test method. Currently, you have 3 test methods. That means this will be called before test addition execution, before test subtraction execution, and also before test division execution. And also, if you have the after annotated method, the same will be performed for all the 3 cases. So this @before and @after you can just use, and you can get the connection driver manager dot get connection, because you are supposed to get the new connection for each and every method execution. Let us say if that is the case. Once after that, you are supposed to close the connection. So make use of the after method and close the connection. In the same way, there is @before class and @after class. See, currently connection closing and opening you are supposed to do for each and every method execution. But driver loading, it's not required for us to perform for each and every test method. You can do the loading of driver only once. So for the entire class, you are supposed to load the driver only once. To perform that, you have 2 more annotations, @before class and @after class. Whenever you have mentioned execute this particular test case nothing but the whole test case. If you have a method @before class annotation, then this will be going to executed only once. Just before executing any of the test methods, your JUnit framework will execute the method with annotation @before class. In the same way, once after executing all the methods, your JUnit framework will call @after class annotated method. So by using before class, you can simply load the driver class.forName and load the driver. This will be called only once. If you want to perform any kind of destructions or destroying of objects, you can go for after class also, and if it is not required, don't need to write that particular annotated method as well. So now I'm going to write public void method initialize. In the same way, public void method destroy. Similarly, write two more methods. This is class initialize class destroy method called. You need to have the annotations or else JUnit won't understand that this is the JUnit related method. Before class, this is after class. So now I'm just executing directly this particular calculation test, verify how it is executing. I'm sorry, I forgot one thing. The before class and after class methods, they are related to the entire class, so they are supposed to be static methods, but not as object level methods. My mistake. So now you can see that at the top level, class initialization called and method initialization called, and it has performed addition operation. And after that, it has called the method destruction, and again method initialization called, but this is for subtraction method. Subtraction operation called and perform destroy. And the third time, method initialization has started and division operation and destroy called, and finally the class destroy called. And here you can see that the class initialization or class destroy, it has called only once in the life cycle of entire test case. But your method initialization and method destroy, it has called for each and every test method. That's what we need to identify. Let me know if you guys have any doubts in this, or else I'll switch to the next topic.
Krish?
Yeah. Go ahead, Omid.
Tulsi?
Yeah, Tulsi, go ahead.
Here, in method initialization,
Yep.
we can write the test cases for the 30 and 10. We can check that numbers, right? If it is less than 0, we'll throw the exceptions.
You are
like
asking
that.
in the test method or within our method initialization?
Within our method initialization, can we check the objects 30 and 10 data?
No, actually our method initialization, see, when you annotate at the rate before and after, they are purely used for initialization concept, initialization or destruction concept. Anyway, you have test methods and you can write the testing kind of stuff or test method, whatever that you want to verify, either subtraction or addition, you can write within the test method. The purpose of using these methods, let us say if you want to pass a connection, let me write the connection code. So if you want to create a connection object, I don't want to create the connection object at each and every test method. See, if I don't have at the rate before or at the rate after annotation, I'm supposed to create the connection object con dot driver manager dot get connection by passing the URL and username, password. So now I'll get a connection. So once after that, I need to use this connection and I need to call our calc object dot get employee by passing this connection object. So once the connection work has completed, I need to close this connection, right? This was normal case, right? So I'm supposed to perform this operation at each and every test method. Let us say currently I'm performing get employee, so that is fine. Let us say you are calling get address. So if you are calling this particular test case for get address, then you need to write again, because you have already closed the connection here. You can't use the same connection. So you need to get one more connection from the database, and you need to perform the get address verification, and finally you need to close the connection. So instead of you doing the same work at each and every method level, see, this is like a common code that you are writing. Instead of you doing at this level, what you can do is go to your method initialize and perform the connection initialization, and go to your method destroy and write the connection close. So now when you are directly executing the get address method, your before method will be called before executing any of the test case methods. That's what we have seen here. Before performing addition operation, that means before executing your addition test case, it will first call method initialization. So method initialization, it will be called for each and every time, for each and every test method execution. So your connection got created. Now the connection was available, and you can directly use the connection and call the get employee method. Finally, you don't. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm asking about here we in some cases we are controlling the data. We need to give only positive numbers. At that time, for every method, we have to check the data is positive or positive numbers or negative numbers. We'll write some we'll write some code.
Okay. Okay.
For every method, like
for every method.
For every method, if int A is greater than 0, int B is greater than 0, like that.
Okay. See, currently assert equals, we are using assert equals method, and we are verifying whether the result value is equal or not. In the same way, you have some other method. Let us say you want to verify whether the return value is true or false. Then you go for assert false, and if the return value is a Boolean expression, then that will be going to verify whether the result calculation or the method calculation will be returning a false value or not. In the same way, you have assert true method, which will verify whether the expression or whether the method execution will return a true value or not.
Yeah, this assert equals you used in addition and subtraction in both methods, right?
Yeah.
We can put these methods in after class, after test, after method.
Then it's not possible for us to pass the data, right? See, the data will vary for each and every method execution. Currently, addition, it might take 30 and 20, or it can take some other value as well. This is not a static content, right? But currently, the purpose of using those methods is just for only initialization. You can't write your test code there directly in our initialization method.
Okay, Krish.
See, if you write assert code there, let us move our assert code to our method initialize.
Put it in it after method. I'm asking in this one in this method.
Okay. But this code will be called for each and every test method, right? You can't pass the data. You can't pass the data each and every time.
Okay.
Let us say this method you have specified as calculate division dot 30 and 20. Okay. Now this will be performed fine, and this will verify the calculation object. Sorry, this will verify the division operation, that is fine. But the method destroy will be called for all the test methods. That means this code will verify for addition and subtraction and multiplication. But that's not what we are expecting, right?
Okay.
Are you able to identify now?
Yeah, Krish.
Okay, cool. You guys supposed to write one connection object and just create the connection object by using before and after classes, and load the driver by using class initialize, and finally pass the connection object to our getEmployee method and verify the result value whether it is returning properly or not, and check whether the connection is closing properly or not, and assert the return value whether it is returning the employee object details properly or not.
Krish?
Yep.
If I have 50 records in my one of my tables and I want to do addition, or suppose I want to do some calculation on the 50 records, so
Okay.
do I need to write this 50 times, the test addition? Because each is
Would you mind repeating one more time?
assume that I have a employee table where I have employees HRA and some other allowance. I need to add both of them and calculate the total salary.
Okay.
So at the time, I don't know, they're all 50 records, I don't know each value, what is stored in the database. So I make a connection, I make a loop through each employee.
So many of our students have given testimonials on how our training programs are. You will find them on kudzu.com and on our website h2kinfosys.com. On our website h2kinfosys.com, you will also find more detailed information on who we are, the courses that we offer, what each course covers. Also, if you're interested in a demo program, please register on our homepage on the left-hand side. Just give us more information about yourself and we will send you a link for a demo class. The demo class is absolutely free. Experience our commitment by just attending an orientation workshop at no cost. Our team of faculty and advisors are here to guide you with the right information. If you still have more questions, please feel free to call us. Call us at 770-777-1269. This is a United States number. If you're calling from the UK, call us at 020-337-17615. You can also email us at training@h2kinfosys.com or h2kinfosys@gmail.com. Thank you for watching our videos. We wish you a great career in information technology.